Hello everybody. Angie here. I'm coming on with a fun make slash tutorial for you guys. It's something that I have done many times, but to be honest, I have not done it probably in at least a year, maybe a year and a half. It's been that long since I've done this make. And I was going through my idea journal and came across it, and I thought, you know what, that would be a really fun make to do with you guys. So today's the day. Okay, I am using one piece of 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and that will get you two projects, two makes out of one 12 by 12 piece of paper. Okay, I suggest you use two-sided paper, just because the way that we're going to be incorporating and using this paper, you're going to see both sides. Okay, and we are going to be cutting this down. So you're going to have to bring my guillotine up for a minute, and we're going to cut this down into strips. Okay, I would not recommend going more than maybe maximum 2 inches. If you go 2-inch strips, your project's probably going to end up being about 6 inches. If you go 1.5 inches, your project will be about 8.5 inches, and so forth. But once you learn the process, you can tweak it to however you choose. Okay, I'm going to cut it down to 1.5 inch strips, so let me do that. And this is a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and my guillotine is only like 11.5, so it doesn't cut it all the way. Okay, and you do want them the same. You know, if they're a hair off here or there, I don't think that would be a big deal, but try and get your strips the same. All right, and like I said, you'll get about 6 to 7 strips out of a 12 by 12 piece of paper. So, and you only need 3 for a make. So, oops, I cut that at 2 inches. Doggone it. I'm trying to go faster and I'm not paying attention. Darn it. So I'm gonna put that one to the side. Okay. All right, there we go. And it doesn't cut it all the way because it's not big enough. So let me just snip these little pieces. And then your last piece will be a little bit more slender. Let's see. That's 3 inches. And I could have got 2 more strips out of that. But that's okay. We only need 3 for this project. We're going to make one together. And then I'm going to show you a couple that I made off camera and how you can use them in your, oh, I've got enough for 2. 1, 2. How you can use them in your journals. Give you a couple ideas. Okay? So, you're going to use 3 strips, however width you choose to use. And we're going to glue the 3 together. Okay? We're going to keep one up and down in a vertical position. Then we're going to take one and we're going to put it in the horizontal position, and we're going to glue it down corner to corner. Okay, and just line it up and get your corners nice and straight. Oh, actually that top one, which is fine. Okay, we'll go this way. All right, that's your first piece, okay? Then you're going to take your second one. Now, of course, however you start these first 3 pieces, glue them down, that's going to determine what type of a design you're going to get. And we'll do 2 different ones so you can kind of see what I mean. Okay, so then we'll take this one and put a little glue on the bottom corner. Now we're going to line this up with the left-hand side and the edge of this strip, but we're not going to overlap them. Okay, so I got to turn it so I can see, just like that. Okay, so those are our 3 pieces. Okay, now what we're going to do, or at least what I call it, is paper braiding. Okay, and all we're going to be doing, make sure I'm in frame well here. Those are our 3 pieces glued down, 12 by 12 by 1.5 inches. We're going to take the top strip, we're going to fold it down, and we're going to line it up with the edge of this strip. Now this is 12 by 12 cardstock, so it's a little bit thicker, so I have to take my time, and you know, when you're dealing with a little bit of thicker paper, you've got to manipulate it a little bit more rather than thinner paper. Crease as you go. Okay, so that is our first fold. Okay, now we're going to take the left side, we're going to cross it over and line it up with this strip. Okay, I'm going to bring it over like that. Okay, but I have to turn my paper so I can get a straight fold. All right, and then we're going to crease. And we're going to do that all the way down. Okay, we're going to come back to the top strip, fold it, line it up with the left-hand side, and crease really well. Then we're going to take the left strip, and we're going to fold that over. And we're going to keep doing this process until we get all the way to the bottom and can't do any more folds. Okay, 2 more. And then the last ones are always going to be a little bit wonky because they, you know, let them go all the way. Okay, see how it ends up? Right there. This corner here, I'm going to just fold that over just to make it nice and straight all the way down along my edge. And then what I usually do, there it is. That's your braided paper. Okay, looks pretty basic, nothing really fantastic right now, but we're going to turn it into something really pretty. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to cut off and even up this edge here. So what I usually do is the shortest side, which is this one. Can you see? This side's a little bit longer. I'm going to use this corner and I'm just going to get a straight cut all the way across. I'll use my mat. And we're going to just cut that right across the bottom. Okay. Then we have our little open flap because we cut a little bit off, so we need to glue that down. So just take a little dab of glue. Glue that down. Now, when we come up to the top, you can see that is kind of wonky there also, right? So again, I'm going to use my grid and I'm going to find the corner all the way across. So I'm going to get a little tick mark so I know where the corner, the straight line is right across here. Just a little with a pencil. And you don't need to measure really. All I need to know is where the other side of that edge is. And I'm just going to do a diagonal cut. And we come up with a point right at the top. Now, see, now it's becoming something, right? But we've got a beautiful braided piece of paper. Look at that. Look how gorgeous. Weaved, I guess you could call it. I call it braided, weaved, braided, whatever you want to do, because we're crisscrossing. And that's how we braid our hair, right? Okay, so that really is the construction of our make. Now you can decorate it and do whatever you want with it, okay? But you see all these slits from where we did the braids? What I do is I turn those into pockets, okay? So decide which side you want to use. And then on the back side, what you're going to do is just put a little dollop of glue along the back edge of those braided folds to close the top, and then flip it back over so whatever you tuck in these pockets, it won't fall out the back. Okay, let's do one more together. And if I remember correctly, we did This one like this, like that, I think. So let's try this one up and both of these down, just so you can get a feel for how the design changes depending on what direction you have your papers, okay? The one that's going horizontally, always have that on the bottom to start, okay? Put the second one on top, and then the third one on top of that, okay? I gotta turn this so I can see. Make sure I get that straight. There we go, see? Okay, and that is the start. Now we start our braiding. Again, start with the top right, up top, bring it down, line it up, give it a nice good fold. Bottom left, bring it up, line it up, and give it a fold. I'm only turning this because I got to be able to see what I'm doing on camera, okay? And there's a start. And I think I did it the same because I'm looking like we're going to end up with the same design. I couldn't remember how I started the papers. It looks like it's going to be the same. But that's okay. We'll have the one sided of the design on one side of the braid and the other side on the other. Okay. I thought I switched it up, but I guess I didn't. But once you've done it a few times, you'll see and get a feel for it and see which layout you like better, okay? I like this particularly, actually, where you see one on each side, okay? So now we're going to trim up the bottom now that we've got our folds all the way down to the bottom. Just give that a little trim there. And then find straight edge across the top. And for that, all I need is a little tick mark, so I know where to cut. And like I said, I don't measure on the top, just like that. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. All right, put a little dab of glue on the bottom. And that is a weaved paper make. Now the way I use them, there's 3 different ways that I use these. And I'm going to show you all 3. Or I'm going to show you 2 and tell you about the 3rd one. Okay? Here is the first one right here. I use it, put it directly straight down on a journal page as a belly band. Just like that, guys. See, you got a belly band here. Lightly decorated. I just put in a little teeny piece of paper doily, a numbered label, and then I glued off the back side like I showed you to create pockets. And I only wanted 3 on this one. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Because I think the decorative paper speaks for itself, and depending on what design you have on your journal page, this is a make that you don't really need to embellish a lot. I think that just speaks for itself. You can add a little something up at the top, maybe something down at the bottom, but that is a gorgeous make all on its own. What do you think? You like it? Okay, so that's idea 1. Idea 2 is put it on the edge of your page, like so, as a side tuck. So you're going to glue it down along here, along the right side here, and you've got yourself a side tuck like that. Then if you choose not to use these as pockets, now you can build up and decorate even further. Totally up to you, okay? But you can use it as a side tuck like that. Okay, the third way, is that a thumbs up? I hope so. Now the third way, again, I'm using this as pockets, but I made smaller journal cards. And I made like 5 or 6 of them, okay? You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little slots for pockets, but it depends on how full you want that to be. I just did 4. This last one, I did 3. So this one, I did 4, and I made my little journal cards smaller, just little tiny little journal cards, put a little digital stamp on each one of them, and tuck them in there, just like that, okay? Now how this one is a little bit different, and this is my favorite style of using this make, is I put it down on a page as a flip out. Just like that. Okay, I just glued it down with a piece of washi, reinforced it of course. We know washi isn't going to hold very well, so you got to use a little bit of wet glue. Okay, and then I put another couple extra embellishments on the back side and use it as a pocket so you have something pretty there. Okay, put 2 little mini pockets there, and then on the back of one of the sides I put an additional piece of paper all along the complete back, which is this right here. Okay, and I made that into a pocket as well. See that? And I just used a few of the strips that I had left over from this make, put them all together with the eyelet, tore the edges. I just wanted to give it a little bit of character there. And there you go. So this make, you get 2 makes out of one 12 by 12 piece of paper, and look at what it does for a journal page. I just love it. Got yourself a flip out. 1 pocket, 2 pockets, 3 pockets. Flip it down, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And look at that. All I did on this one was a little word element and raised up a little embellishment on a piece of foam tape. That was it. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? I love this. And I can't believe I haven't shown you this before. And I'm glad I, went through my idea journal, because this is fantastic. And this one, of course, just your basic belly band. Now on this one, for your belly band, I also suggest you put a little piece of paper along the back just to close off the back sides of the braids, just so when you go to slide things in and out, nothing gets caught, okay? You get a smooth, nice and smooth, just like that, okay? And put yourself a couple nice big journal cards in there, and you're good to go, okay? So that, guys, is my make. And these are just a couple quick journal cards I made when I made these ones out of some scraps that I had left over, okay? Put them in there anyhow you want. And I think that's really, really cute. Well, I hope you guys like that make. And I'm just calling that a braided belly band or ephemera make. Use it however you want. Okay. That's used as a flip out. But if you don't want to do the flip out, just glue it down on 3 sides and use it as a side tuck for a page. Absolutely fine there. Okay. And again, I used 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper. So I got more than 6 strips at 1.5 inches in length. So you're able to make 2 of these braided ephemera pieces out of one 12 by 12. And again, I think it's prettier if you use double-sided paper if you have it, okay? Or just take blank paper and you can stencil on it and acrylic paint on it, use jelly paper, whatever like that. Just something that has decoration on both sides for you. So when you braid it, you see a little bit of both sides. And if you can see here, let me move these real quick before I let you guys go. See this one, how the design is on the left and then the design is on the right, just like this one. And I was trying to mix up the papers so you'll get a different look You can see how this one is. You got blocks going this way, okay? Because I put the papers, the first 3 pieces, the way I started it was different. Okay, and that was what I was trying to go for on the second make for you guys, but I still did the layout the same. But now you can see how it looks that way and how it looks that way. And I think I like that way the best. Okay, and then you just seal off the back and tuck in some little ephemera pieces. Just like that. Okay guys, well that is my make for today. I hope you guys like it. Give it a try. Have a lot of fun with it. Tweak it. Make it your own. Do whatever you want to do. But honestly, if you use double-sided paper, that is gorgeous. You really need very minimal decorating on that. Okay? So have fun. Hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think. If you found something of value in this video, I would absolutely love it if you'd hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment and a like. But as always, take care. God bless, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.